I'm out. Keep going with it.
Not a pebble in my boot. In the deep with your bumper, cause it's cool when I move. Elevated, modulated with adapter. Now the ride is moving, start to take a picture. That's a sign. You should catch a wheel.
You can't even really hear me.
What was the talking thing? I've been thrown in the game. Mine. Have you ever wrote me? Drop, falling low and crawls on the sea. High in the sky till the night falls.
Hey, you just bring it down a little bit. Just bring it down halfway. Start to say something. It's your boy Wise Dunn in here. And we got our good brother, you know, El Gaddafi, E-Money. Go ahead and say something.
What's going on, y'all? Salam alaikum, you feel me? Alaikum salam to all my good brothers and sisters out there, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we back in the podcast, you know, new and improved.
Yeah, some of my brothers can't make it. Lee, he's out of the country right now. He don't get work. And also, we got our good guest in here, a good friend of mine, a co-worker.
I don't have a cool intro like y'all got.
Let the people know what's your name, man.
My name is Joy, and that's pretty much it.
You might want to speak up just a little bit more to that.
My name is Joy, and that's pretty much it.
Okay.
I don't have a good.
Shout out, Joy. Clap it up for Joy. You feel me? Clap it up for Joy. You feel me?
Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? We're glad to have, you know what I'm saying, a female on the show so we can get a woman's perspective and opinions on some of the things that we be talking about that we may not know what the fuck we talking about. So
I have an opinion on.
Oh, there's things that y'all don't know about?
I know that's rare, huh?
That's rare. That's rare. I've never heard it admitted before.
Huh?
This is amazing. Oh, I'm sorry. Keep going. My bad.
It happens.
Admit to what?
Huh?
Admit to what?
So I'm sorry?
Admit to what?
Oh, that there's things that y'all don't know. Yeah, people don't typically admit when they don't know things.
Joy. Speak into that mic, please. You might have to get familiar with that.
Okay.
Or scoot up to it if you want, however you want to do it.
I just wanted to not move. I said that it's rare that people admit to not knowing things.
Okay.
Yeah, especially men. Not especially men, but especially men.
What you gonna say? Especially black men?
No, I was going to say especially men, and then I decided not to say especially men, and then I ultimately decided to say especially men.
Why?
See that? Oh, see.
Yeah. Because I know more women who admit to not knowing stuff
What?
than men. That
I never heard that.
What?
Never in my life.
See, I don't.
I think y'all admitted to each other, but not directly to the man.
I can agree with that. I can agree with that. I'm not going to.
And y'all honest with each other, but y'all not honest with, like, I fucked up.
There are people who are honest with the guys, but y'all don't know how to handle the honesty. So, maybe they hide it. I don't know. But I'm just shocked to hear it today. It was a compliment.
A man honesty is cruelty to a woman.
It sure is.
What?
A man honesty is cruelty to a woman.
Who said that?
It's proven. Y'all can't even
Proven by who?
the reaction from women. I think that's why men mostly lie.
What percentage of women?
I can't give you the statistic. I can't give you the statistics
Oh, okay.
in the number.
Okay.
But I know it's guaranteed to be almost about 90%.
90.
Yeah. You don't think so?
90?
I don't have the math on that. I had to come back to you with that one. But I would say maybe about 85.
Yeah, it's close to 90.
70.
That's still a high.
I mean, 70.
So you think that a man could just honestly blurt out what he really feels and the woman would be okay and be like, you know what, I feel you right on
You know
that.
what?
Nope.
I feel like they could, because then that opens the door for them to be completely honest and then give you all the brutality that they've been holding on to. And then y'all gotta decide how you're gonna take it and deal with it.
But
you give them the option though. If you don't tell them what you're thinking, you take away their options.
So, man, I hate to go down this road.
No, don't.
So
Don't. Move on to anything else.
So, and I would have to agree with Don, just for the simple fact that if your man cheat, your significant other, whatever, he cheat, could he just come to you and be like, you know what, I cheated, and you would just take that truth just like with open arms, like it's okay, let's sit down and talk about it so that we both can get stuff off our plate, so we both can get off the things that we've been holding on to. It's not gonna be like that.
This is the thing
Quick
with
thing.
Joy. Listen, Joy wanted us Joy has this assumption
Oh my
that
God.
women think in a way she does or react to the way she does, and they don't.
If it is possible for me,
It's possible for you.
that means that it's possible in other women too. Is
Yeah,
what I'm saying. So how do you know that the reason why you haven't encountered so many is because you haven't been transparent from the beginning with the woman? Like, it's possible.
What if you are transparent? And what if
Define transparency, because in this situation, if somebody cheats, right, you have to start looking at the whys on both sides. Accountability is important.
That's her favorite word.
It is my favorite word. It is my favorite word. It is important, though. And when you start looking for accountability on both sides, what does she do? What did he do? Blah, 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 blah. And if they had open communication the whole time, it's not really cheating if you come around and be like, look, this is boring. I'm not having fun here. What can we do to fix it? There's always a why, and the why has to be addressed. And if you take away,
feel like it's her fault that she's not doing something because she is the person who is looked at as being sexual. And what I mean is that.
Hold on, wait. Okay, what you mean is that.
So, do you think that, or do you feel that women have been? Do you feel that more men come at you wanting to have sex with you or be in love with you?
Oh, definitely, it's always sexual.
Okay, so
but it starts
so that
out
means you're sexable.
Sexable.
So that means they only desire you for sex. They're not looking for love. Y'all look for more men in love.
You think so?
Yeah.
I
think that is a heavy assumption that men make about women.
Y'all don't look for love? Y'all want relationships, right?
Not all women want relationships.
I'm just saying this. Do you feel that most women want relationships?
No.
I think women
Not the ones I know.
I think women more so look for stability first. Then relationship, because they need to.
But still within the men. Go ahead.
I think that's the number one thing. What can you do for me? Is a woman's outlook on it. Then relationship, because once she sees that a man he can be a provider and everything else, then she be like, oh, okay, yeah, I can see myself with this person. Then the relationship comes into the effect. Then, I guess sex and all that. Men, we don't care. Like, you know what I'm saying? We don't care if she's a provider or she has a 6-figure job or a 5-figure job. We don't care. She be flipping burgers at McDonald's. We don't care. So it's most definitely.
I don't think that's true. Everybody has standards for themselves. You gonna deal with cheeseburger smells every day? That's what you gonna deal with?
Yeah, if she look good and if she treat me right, yeah, why not? But could the same?
That's really cute. That's sweet.
But I'm just. See, I'm speaking in general here. You know what I'm saying? Like, but could the same be said about most women? No. You go to a drive-thru at McDonald's. You pull up, you see a dude. You be like, oh, okay, he's nice looking, and it stops there. Would you ever just
because he works at McDonald's?
Yeah, because you don't see him as a provider. You be like, oh, his little McDonald's chest can't get my nails done, or can't get my feet done, can't get this. And I'm not saying you. I'm just speaking in general here.
That is also assuming that women want a guy to pay for everything all the time, as far as their personal care goes. That's about about 99% of women. You got that 1%. Oh, I don't know about that one. You giving women a lot of credit. I do. I've kind of been one for 33 years. So I tend to give us a lot of credit.
But why not just honesty though? And the way women move.
I think the voices that speak out the loudest are the ones that do require that. The people who don't require it, we don't really have the loudest voice, but I think that we do hold the majority.
So let me ask you, the women that you speak of, is it women in your family or is it friends?
Friends is a very big word.
Are people you met, people you encountered?
The people that I've met here so far, as far as the women go, the majority of them take care of their own personal care things because they don't want to wait for a guy to offer. They don't want to require it and have an attitude about it later. They just take care of it. And if he offers, cool, whatever. But I've only met a couple that are like If he's not paying for my stuff, then why do I want him? Like, what do you get from that relationship? It makes no sense to be in it. He needs to be providing this stuff for you, and I don't think that's.
But let me ask you a
I'm
question.
not paying for y'all haircuts every week.
But let me ask you a question. If the friends that you say they kind of do it on their own, if a man came into their life that could be able to afford all that, they would take that though, right? That could be able
I mean,
to
if
like.
it's offered, yeah, but we're talking about whether it's required or not. Not necessarily if it's offered.
Well, I don't. If it's not there, then it's not required. But if it's there, you know what I'm saying, in their face, then they would take it. I think anybody could tell you, oh, it's not required because they don't have it. But if a man comes and they got it, and he could be like, well, I'll take care of everything, then she's gonna do that. So again, I think
Probably because you gotta let a man be a man. But at the end of the day, if it's not offered, I'm gonna take care of it myself. I'm not going to tell you that this is what is required of you, because at the end of the day, that's not your job. That's just my opinion, though. I just feel like it's my job to keep myself up, and I know a lot of women that think that. But if somebody were to offer, like, say, if my husband were to be like, hey, go get your shit taken care of, what am I saying? No. I'm going to say no?
No.
Nah, because if he wants to do that, as the provider, if that's what he wants to do, then okay, I'm going to let you do what you're supposed to do.
understandable.
That's what your role is.
Shout out to all the women out there, man. Listen, we love the women, you know. Hey, but you know, I just think we live in a weird time where it's just like, it's not like how it was back in like the old days. Where
Nah,
like,
this the city girl age.
yeah, where you know what I'm
See,
saying.
Joy from a small town called a place called Reno. So the
Say it like
population is only
Reno.
what? The population like 500. So
You
look,
know, I really don't know what our population
So-
is.
Are you really
she's from
born and
Reno.
bred in Reno?
No, I was born in Detroit. But, you know, you go out to a place of 7 months, you know nothing about the place where you're born. So, yeah, I was raised in Reno.
raised in Reno. So
That's crazy. I lived in Reno for a spell. I went to UNR up
and
there.
it's not knocking because she's from Reno. That everybody give her slack for. That makes her unique. But I'm just saying, I think the perspective of what you see as women is because the view that you have or understanding going is from the women that you was raised around. Right? So
Yeah.
I don't think that you probably encounter some of these city girls that most men encounter. So let's just say we
I
gave
feel
a
bad for
rough.
y'all for that.
So let's just say it was a rough number. Let's put it this way. Let's just say, right, 400. Let's say it was 400 people. And 5% out of that, you know, what is that? Fucking like 20. You know what I'm saying? Maybe somewhere around along those lines, 12, 20, 40 people, 20 to 15 people, whatever, out of 400. So mind you, the 5% of people that's kind of like really for you out of that 400, the rough number that you're going to go through of like the 85% of it, that's going to be like, damn, this fucking shit is exhausting. So you're going to meet so many people that is similar like that. So I can't never judge, you know, from the women or the men that I may have been around to know that there are still other men who are, see, like me, I could say I know a lot of dudes are good fathers, right? But there are probably a lot of shitty fathers out there that really don't take care of their kids.
Facts.
You feel me? So I'm not going to sit there and say, oh, no, girl, I think there's a lot of good fathers out here because the ones I know. But I know it got to be a bunch of shitty fathers.
Definitely. You see them all the time.
So when we say that, I'm saying that there are, or there, as he even say, there are some women who are just scumbags and they really want you to pay for shit.
I didn't think
know?
he said scumbags. I'm pretty sure that's not what was
That
said.
ain't what you was saying?
But I'm pretty
Scumbags?
sure that wasn't it.
I
But
didn't
at the
say
same
scum.
respect, though,
I didn't say scum.
They
My
are
bad.
scumbags, just like guys could be scumbags.
definitely.
So,
Definitely.
We're not being sexist here, but we just saying. So y'all, the fact, going back to the point at hand, y'all sexable. We're lovable. How? Why not? Listen.
I think at this point I'm agreeing to disagree.
Okay.
Because I feel like it goes both ways. I feel like both things are like 50-50 in a person. Nobody's like one thing or the other. People are more often shades of gray than black or white.
I never had like a bunch of chicks. It's like, damn, your bulge and your pants look nice. I like that. You sexy as fuck.
You ever been to Oakland?
No.
That's what they do in Oakland. You just ain't been there.
They probably do. But I'm just saying, most guys don't get the sexual compliment that a woman will get on like they say social media or something.
Facts.
You feel
Facts.
me?
I can't even argue that.
So it's like you don't see most men out there having their ass on the cheek or their dick on the sink, you know, and somebody was like, hey, that's sexy, you know what I'm saying? I want to hit. But then see a lot of girls, you know, titties out, ass out, and you get a bunch of likes, and the dudes will say the most outlandish shit ever in a compliment. And then
that has more to do with what the attention they're trying to attract. They're trying to get y'all. That's just y'all think like that. That doesn't mean that they're.
They know.
So they
know that
so
we
you know
desire
so you
them
don't think
sexual.
that they knew that they were gonna get those type of compliments by.
They knew.
Okay.
Yeah.
They knew. 9 times out of 10, we always know, and we've already accepted the blowback that comes from it. We've already accepted the consequences. We just go ahead and post it anyway. We know what's coming.
So that's what I'm saying. So the fact that you get more men desiring you sexual makes y'all sexable. Because you'll get a lot more men who want to have sex with you than they want to be in love. See, men have to do a lot more things for you guys to love us. We have to be confident. We have to be sexy. We have to have a good credit. We got to have certain things, right?
We have to have good credit.
So this will make us desirable, right? Because think about it. If you really look at women, most time that I get older, intelligence is more sexy with women. But at majority of the time, it's just really that I'm looking out for you firsthand, just off your body. Because you can be cute and be smart, but if you don't seem sexy, like, you might be bored. You know?
Might be bored.
But everybody has that. So I don't think y'all look at us the way we look at y'all sexually. I know y'all say, okay, he is sexy, but I think that more of, I want to give my love to him. I feel like I want to be something with this guy. Because even though you may have different guys, you're looking for that guy who's going to probably love you more than these other guys that desire you sexual. Right?
Facts.
So
Also facts.
that's why I say you guys are sexable, because you get a lot more guys who want to fuck you than love you. We're
I can
lovable
agree.
'cause
Now
we get there. Now
I
we
can
get
agree.
there. So that's what we talking about. So
Hey man, you know it's.
whatever.
I still say women are gold diggers.
I'm not gonna say all.
all of them.
Listen. I gotta listen.
That's
I
a
gotta.
huge number.
I gotta play the devil's advocate. I got to. That's my job here. That's my job, is to play the devil's advocate, to disagree with both of y'all shit and try to make a justifiable argument on why I don't agree with what y'all talking about. And I don't agree.
So,
But
But damn, gold diggers though.
I'm just playing about that shit though. But yeah. So
we get into the first topic, or we gonna keep going with this shit? First topics.
first topic.
First topic.
First topic.
First topic. We going to war.
World War III.
We dying.
World War III is in effect.
Damn, so morbid.
World War III coming soon to a theater near you. But not just joking. Hopefully that doesn't happen. But you got Ukraine, Russia invading Ukraine. So for any of y'all, do y'all know any other the things on why this is all happening?
I think it's a power play on Russia. I think it's going to end up backfiring on Putin. I love politics, so just watching like the Young Turks and stuff like that. I think once the oligarchs over there, once they
You got the camera on you?
yeah. Oh shit. My bad, y'all.
You had it on the middle the whole time, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
On 4. I think once the oligarchs, once they pockets start getting hit, because we are like bringing down these sanctions on them, and once they start feeling it, I feel like they're gonna turn against Putin. That's just my opinion, because they're gonna start losing a lot of money, especially because the whole thing comes down to, like, at least this is what I feel, and from what I've been watching. The whole thing sort of comes down to like oil and all that stuff. And Russia's like, I think they got a type of oil pipeline or something going on out there. And so I think that's what it. I think that's what it comes down to. I think once the United States cut that off and they start back building the Keystone pipeline, which I felt like was a good idea for them to do in the first place, that's going to really hit Russia hard. Like, the people of Russia is already suffering now because they getting cut off of everything. Everything. FIFA didn't counsel them. Everybody is No, Russia, they done. And then they over there, you know what I'm saying? People like, oh yeah, Russia is dangerous and Russia is this and Russia is that. The Russian, them soldiers over there, they losing their life left and right. Ukrainians ain't playing. You know, and I think Putin thought it was gonna be an easy feat by going up over there, but it's proven that it's proven to be it's not as easy as he thought it was gonna be. And he got a war on his hands, bro. And once the United States and these other countries start bleeding them, I think they're gonna tell him to pull back. And I don't think Putin is gonna want to pull back because he's gonna want to save face. And I think that's what's gonna ultimately be his demise.
Pride is the devil.
Yeah. So.
However, I think
Speak it to the mic.
oh my God, I think that there's
There you
nothing scarier than a person who has nothing to lose.
Yeah.
So if as a country they have nothing left to lose, they are going to be scary and they are dangerous. It's not exactly the easiest thing for them to do as far as what they're trying to do, but God dang it, this thing won't stop moving. But
What keep moving?
what was I saying? This. But I think
Let's see. Let's tune it up.
whatever. I'll
hold-
work
just
with
hold
it. It'll be
He
fine.
didn't hold a bunch of stuff.
Whatever. What was I saying? There's nothing more dangerous than a country that has nothing left to lose. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. I think we do need to be worried. I think we do need to be concerned because the second that they feel cornered, they could do something drastic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that shit's scary, especially when it comes to somebody like Putin because he has no shame. But lots of pride. So
I you know, before it goes to that,
You can put
And
the
I-
pillow
and I-
on the floor if you tired of holding that shit. You can put the pillow on the floor if you tired of holding it. Okay.
okay.
Just want to make sure you straight.
I'm good.
I think before, and I 100% agree with Joy. You know what I'm saying?
She's wrong. No,
I feel like before it goes to that, I feel like his own people will turn on him. The real people of power, the oligarchs, however you want to pronounce it. Yeah, man, because I think they already starting to feel it. They probably already like, Putin, you tripping. We didn't know these motherfuckers gonna have all these. Yeah, but I think that they thought the United States and the other countries were super afraid of them that they wasn't going to impose all these sanctions on them. So it kind of goes back because he felt like they didn't really have nothing to lose in the first place because everybody know what Russia holds and there's a lot of countries that's afraid of them. So I don't think that they went into this thinking like I think they went into this thinking like, oh, they not gonna do shit because they know what we hold, they know how powerful we are. But then once they went into it, and it's every day, it's like I'm getting like 5 pop-ups on my phone from the news. United States sanctioned this, they did this, that, bro. That's gonna hurt them, and that's gonna hurt their bottom line at the end of the day.
Man, but I want to say I don't know is because, and the reason why I'm saying that, just the simple fact of, I think people in those positions knowing the possibility of what could happen and what we'd do if this may happen. So even if they sanction, I'm knowing they have something that they can deal with or do if they was being sanctioned with certain things. Like I just don't think they was like, fuck, ain't nobody gonna do this. They scared of it. I think them people, they too smart to just be that naive.
Nobody's saying that they're naive. I'm just saying, like, I mean, I gotta say you kind of right too, but it's just like, I don't know. I'm gonna take it to y'all. Let me look it up. Y'all keep talking about it.
Yeah, look it up.
No,
Pull
I'm
it
gonna
up.
look up. I'm gonna bring up the sanctions.
Yeah, what they sanction?
Y'all keep talking because we had that awkward silence.
Yes. Joy.
I think at the end of the day,
She's getting it. She's getting it. She's getting
that
it.
man already thought of what was going to happen, after he did everything that he did, so he's prepared for the consequences, I think. And I think that's what everybody likes to discount is the fact that the man has already thought this through, which is horrifying because it could be over faster than it started. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and so, but that kind of goes back to my point. I don't know if you kind of agreeing with me or you not, but you say it could be over before it started, and I feel like that more so towards Russia side than the Ukraine side because Russia is the one. They're the ones that's losing. I mean, as you can see right here, I don't know if you can see it on the TV, but the Russia's currency, the ruble, it crashed. It crashed. Look where it's at. Look where it was. Look where it's at. That's horrible. You know what I'm saying? And then not only are they losing financially, but their soldiers are over there dying. I think I was reading yesterday. I think over 4,000 Russian soldiers been killed.
Damn, already?
4,000?
Already.
And that's since the 24th?
Yeah, that's what they were saying.
Hold on, let me see.
All right.
You gotta think though, like what is the end goal and how valuable is the end goal if you're willing to let 4,000 people die in 3 days?
They need them part of the Soviet again. So, did you forget about your little shyness?
Huh?
You forget about your little
Yeah,
shyness?
that's over. That's over. She
Look,
good.
it's gone.
She
She
good.
didn't even know it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So Russia Ukraine war 4,500 Russian soldiers killed. So I think at the end of the day,
No, they're capturing too.
it's either gonna go more so along what Joy said earlier, or it's gonna go more so how I really feel. I don't think him losing Ukraine would just he'll just go fucking crazy and just start nuking shit. He could, cause he's gonna be embarrassed.
I would not put it past him.
Okay, this is what happened. Fuck it. Boom, 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 boom.
You know what I'm saying? Cause
The man's up.
Cause the man most definitely he's embarrassed now. He
And
won't.
it's not the first time. So that is a man full of pride.
And I also think with this is just my opinion. I also think with this, he's gonna lose one of his strongest allies, it's China. China's watching too. China's watching how he's basically losing against Ukraine because I think China is trying to do kind of like the same thing. I can't remember which country it is. It's somewhere in China though, somewhere. But they're watching too. And they're like, this dude's weak. And he's letting the United States and all these other Western European countries like drive his economy down with all these sanctions and shit. This dude is weak, and on top of that, he's over there. His soldiers are dying in mass over there when they were supposed to go in there and take over the city of Kyiv. As soon as they got there, that was their main goal, was to go into Kyiv or Kiev, however you pronounce it. That was their main goal. They get knocked off left and right. So if China's out the way, then Russia's it's open season on them. That's what everybody is concerned about. I don't think somebody is like so much concerned about Russia as a country as they more so concerned about China and Russia and how they know that China is there, as Russia is China's ally. I think that's more so what people are like, I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't fuck with Russia. Maybe we shouldn't fuck with Russia because, China up over there. But if China looking at this shit and they like, man, these niggas up over here tripping and shit.
You don't think they'll come to their help?
No.
You don't think so?
No.
So
As
I
far as
think
like this
that's
Ukraine
when-
thing, or just in general?
Just in general, because that's when you got to start thinking about the resources that the Ukraine has and the resources that Russia is responsible for supplying the rest of the world with. So if their resources are cut, what does the rest of the world feel?
Well, the rest of the world don't feel anything because really, Russia's only main resource that other European countries depend on is oil.
Exactly.
So, but that's where we would step in and we could build our own pipeline. I'm guessing that could help them out. We could, yeah.
But
so
we're already hurting over here as far as what we can and cannot do, though.
That's-
Because we have our own shit to worry about.
That's true. But and I honestly, I think that would just put a stop to all this. It would probably lead to Putin nuking us if we were to do some shit. If we were to start supplying the other European countries with oil, because that would just knock them out completely.
Do you even think we got that much oil to defeat their ass? Shit, I don't know about that shit. You'll be fucked up. We gonna be fucked up. Then we gonna bomb ourselves. Be commit
Well,
suicide and
we're not even really. we're not even really feeding ourselves with oil at the moment.
I know, that's what
you know
I'm saying. How we
saying?
gonna do that with that?
Outsourcing that too.
Yeah, so,
Fuck.
but, bro, and I could be wrong, but this, like, I was just talking to my homeboy about this.
China finna come to the rescue.
Huh?
I said China gonna come to their rescue.
I don't think so, bro. Because I think as much as we're in debt to China, bro, and as much as China hate the United States, I feel like China leans on us just as much as we lean on them. And I say
Like
that
a
for the
love-hate relationship.
yeah, I say that for the simple fact is that there is no other country that has more of a foothold in the resources that people need to produce things than the United States.
Man, but they also getting their hands in Africa and all the other places. and shit.
Still, bro, the United States been there. How you think they getting their hands up over there, bro? The United States have to okay certain shit, and they still have to go through the United States to get their hands on certain shit.
In
Yeah,
Africa?
they might. Yeah, bro. Like we control the majority of the resources over there in Africa, bro. I'm not saying that's a good thing. It goes back to what we was talking about with the good brother Muammar Gaddafi. His reasoning for wanting to make gold currency and to, I guess, bring down the dollar or whatever, it wasn't because of his beef with Russia. He was cool with them. It was because he wanted to get rid of. He wanted the United States and all the other Western European countries. He wanted them out of power.
It was Europeans and other Arab nations.
So he wanted them out of power because even he would tell you, and other Africans, like, you know what I'm saying, up over there in the motherland, tell you, like, you know what I'm saying, the United States, Europe, been raping and pillaging this country for our home for years. So we got a strong foothold over there, bro. It's strong. I'm not saying I think China up over there too, but I don't think it's as deep as the United States, bro.
Nah, they're deeper.
I don't know, fam.
Look it up. They're deeper.
I'm about to say, where are the numbers? I need to see them.
Yeah, look it up. I think it's China, man.
We've had access to the continent a lot longer than we have, is all I'm saying. So they've got to have more ties there.
You gotta bring the facts in here. We're trying to look at it right now. If anybody just wonder why the fuck we're so quiet.
Y'all keep talking while I try to
Yeah, 'cause I don't got my glasses. I can't see that shit.
Trying to figure out exactly what you was trying to read if you can't even see the letters.
Damn you,
I ain't
Joy!
gonna say nothing.
Just like a woman, just to
Looking at
say
the
some
screen for
crazy shit
show.
out of nowhere. Just want to say something. See, that's what y'all do, Joy. They just say wild shit for nothing.
I mean, life wouldn't be interesting
I
if it
think
wasn't
it
for the
would.
random things that women say to y'all, make y'all tighten up. You're welcome. On behalf of all women.
No, I think that's called annoying. That you guys do that. We be like, what the fuck? Like, why?
I mean,
It's
If
like
men-
y'all say things. It's like y'all want to get us riled up for no reason. Why?
I rowdy.
No.
I was just pointing out a simple fact. I don't understand why you're looking at the screen if you can't read a single mother thing
I'm looking at
on there.
I'm looking at
You
the
can
big
cuss.
The big word. The big word.
You can cuss. You can cuss on here.
Yeah, you can cuss.
I don't watch myself. Try to be as ladylike as possible.
A ladylike? Not cussing?
So we might have to come back to that because I want to be able to find precise numbers on the United States and China and their strangulation, their stranglehold on Africa, so we can might come back to that the next time we
Who's the camera
do
on?
our podcast. It is on both of y'all.
Oh, okay.
But like I said, I think I don't know, man. It's been pretty interesting. I don't know if you guys have been following this since the first day it started up until now. That's all that's on the news. Yeah. Coronavirus not on the news. They ain't got the little numbers over there on the side of the screen
Not anymore.
telling you like how many cases it is. This is all about the Ukraine and Russia right now.
I think the 20. What you call this shit? The 20s? Like this decade, the 20s? No, they used to
Is
say the
that
10s.
what we calling it?
Yeah, they used to say the 10s and shit. The 2010s and
I never
the
called
2020s.
2010 to.
Yeah,
I
okay.
never called it the 10s.
The 2020 is
We're in the 20s
now.
now.
Yeah, this is like to be a weird decade.
You think so?
There's a
Just
power
starting off,
shift
this shit is
happening.
weird. Huh?
There's a power shift happening, and if I don't know if people understand what that means, but like every 10 years, some shit happens, and the money goes in one direction or another, and I just feel like that's exactly what's happening right now.
Where does theory come from?
The past 30 years.
Okay. Give me
It's
past
just-
30 years.
I'm not. That's.
Come on.
I don't have all of that. I don't have all of that in me. I don't have all of that in me right now. But what I'm saying is, every 10 years, something happens. Some big shit happens. Money isn't as valuable anymore. We got to go and we got to depend on somebody else for some other shit. Every 10 years, this happens. And I feel like this is the 10 year. Like 2020, the pandemic happened. We all had some shit.
So what happened in 2010?
Yeah.
What happened in 2010?
Hold on. I got
Well,
you.
yeah.
Oh yeah, it was Kim Kardashian sex tape.
Oh my God. No, not that. I can't remember exactly
Well, I guess
what
it'd
it
be
was.
2012. So what happened in
Matter of fact,
2012?
We can even say 20. We'll go every 20 years. Some shit
20 years?
happens. 2001.
So what happened in 2002?
What happened in 2001?
9/11.
No, yeah.
We're going into war. Some shit went down. The whole country went up in flames or whatever.
Mhm.
Everybody's united. Everybody's happy. But money in the background took a hit. You know what I mean? Financially speaking, the
did.
country took a hit. But the recovery came later through X, Y, and Z reasons. But it doesn't matter. But now, 2020, the pandemic happens. Now we're about to go into another war. What was 20 years before 2000?
80s.
The 80s?
80s.
War on drugs.
Yes, it
A
was.
whole bunch of shit was happening that had nothing to do with the war on drugs.
Destroying the middle class.
Exactly, but that's what took the...
Reaganomics.
All of that. That was the 80s. What was before that?
I'm
60s?
just saying, is this a major shift in the world or just in America?
You had
I
to-
think whatever happens here affects everyone around the country.
I think
it just
so.
kind of is what it is. Or around the world is what I mean. What happens in the U.S. affects other countries because we're so dependent on each other
You
for
don't think
shit.
that's kind of egotistic of us to think that just because of us,
No,
it affects everybody else?
no. That's not. It's not ego. It's reality. If something happens here, and our money is tight, we got to go and reach out to somebody else. If we're failing in one area, we're gonna need help from somebody from somewhere else. If we fail, other countries fail too because we're tied together.
I think that was the case maybe 20 years ago.
You don't think so now?
I think now, if they see that happen now, I think that's when they start. I think that's when they start to move in on us.
You think so?
Yeah, so we can't show no weakness. We can't show that we're struggling in
We
no
had 4
area.
What
years
happened
of
in
Donald J.
1960?
Trump.
Let's take it another 20 years. 1960. What happened in 1960?
Fuck, what happened in
Richard
the 60s?
Nixon.
We were internally, we were having some shit
1960,
go down in the
61?
60s.
In the 60s, 70s, you had Richard Nixon and his whole thing with the Watergate and shit like that. And
We had internal problems.
We've been having
50s,
internal
60s,
problems
70s.
for like.
are you talking about for black
Last-
people, or are you talking about just
I'm just talking
people
people
in general?
What I'm saying,
People
we've
in
been
general.
having-
As a country, like we just have some shit go down every 20 years. Think about it.
Every 20 years, something major?
Think about it.
What happened
Yeah,
in-
so I think in the six,
what
yeah,
happened in 1940?
Hmm?
What happened in 1940?
done.
We were at war.
Not us. They was. Then
We
going.
were involved in it, but we went. Country took a hit then too.
But that's
And we
every
had
country.
to. Our involvement, what were we forced in that one? That was World War II, right?
Yeah, World War II.
We were forced into that one.
But I'm saying, right? So we talking about the things that we did affect everybody else. Whatever they did affected
That's a
us.
side
Right?
Hmm?
Whatever they did had affected us.
Can I just reverse kind of like what you said though, Joy? I feel like whatever happens between Russia and Ukraine is gonna probably like affect everybody else.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
That's where I thought you were going with it.
That's
I think
exactly what I meant because we're dependent on them for which resources. It's not even just oil. They also have high concentrations of nickel in the Ukraine.
That they
There's
do.
all
Making all
kinds
our
of other
nickels?
minerals. What is it?
let's
I
look.
can't remember right now.
We'll be able to bring it up because
Is
we
it,
just really wasn't prepared. I wasn't prepared.
What is it?
I'm just saying it's all connected. We all depend on each other for one thing or another. So if one country is slacking, their allies are going to feel it. Who are our allies right now?
Hold on, Joy. I'm gonna be able to. Israel. Israel is an ally. Canada, Germany, UK.
Move your mic. It was like when you did that. It's like, oh,
Okay. One of our strongest allies is Israel, though. That's our number one ally. That's like our China to Russia. But I used to always ask, like, how come? I used to ask this question when I was younger. I think I kind of know now. It's how come like we invade everywhere else, nobody's ever invaded up over here?
not yet.
Because my bad. What you about to say?
I just think it has a lot to do with landmass. That shit ain't
Yeah.
gonna happen. Like it could happen, but it's
You can't, but
Go
you
ahead.
can't say that
I'll
now. You
revisit
can't
it
say
later.
that now because
Where's
because
these
of like
theories coming from,
because of
Joy?
like
It's not
you
theories.
can't say that because the Ukraine because they were saying like, oh, this is the first war where it's kind of like urban. You remember like the other wars they were like in the desert in the middle of nowhere and shit like that. So it can most definitely happen. Now that we've seen what Russia has done with in Ukraine, so I think it could happen. But I just think it's more so of the fact that they're scared. They're scared of the fact of us joining together and becoming like small militias and arming ourselves to go out there and fight with the soldiers and shit if they were to come up over here and do some
lot
dumb
of
shit like that
Americans will
because
do
people
that.
would do that.
Yeah, a lot of Americans will do that. Very patriotic.
I
when it
want to know about
counts.
this landmass.
You ever play War? What game is that? Is it War? I want to say the game is War.
Battleship?
Huh? No, not Battleship. It's like this. It's about the size of this table at least because my dad used to have me playing it with him all
Are
the
you
time.
talking about Risk?
Is it Risk?
That's my
the
shit.
one.
I got
You
that
ever
game
play
at my
it?
house. Yeah.
Okay.
You never played Risk before?
No.
Okay, so it makes you look at countries as far as tactics go, like how to invade a country or whatever. What places are you going to hit? Like, if you go coastline for America, you still have to work inward, and a lot of our bases are God, what am I trying to say? Shit, I'm losing my train of thought, and this sucks. But
Coastland?
you look at it, huh?
Talking about Coastland?
Better. If you were to invade America, where would you go? Like, where would you start? Would you come by land or by sea or air?
I think they would come by all three.
All three at the same time, right? But where would you hit though?
I think they would. I think it
That
would.
we wouldn't see you coming.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that is most definitely true.
So we'd be able to prepare already because our Navy is efficient or is very good. We have a very good Navy. Our Air Force is very good too. And as far as our landmass goes, everybody boots on the ground. They're ready to go at any time. There's reserve places in every single state. The majority of your cities have bases. Where are they going to hit us from?
I'm just saying, okay, so let's just say if they was to like hit everybody from California area, right? And they took over that. That means they still could push forward.
They could, but they only have California. Now,
That's true.
we have everything else. We have the East Coast inward. So now we can just push you back out to the sea. So that wasn't smart. So you would have to have somebody on the coastlines, on all coastlines. And then you'd have to have people internally. And that's what scared people about, was it Russia? Yeah, about Russia. They had internal people doing their little work on the ground.
Like spies or something like that. Mm-hmm.
You would have to have all of that working simultaneously together to bring down a country like America.
That's why they do other tactics. That's why they develop nukes.
Yeah.
Exactly. Now, if you wanted to do that,
I mean, that's what he
There's
wants
a
to
few
do.
key places that you need to hit, and then boom, it's done. But why haven't they done that yet?
I think
They have the ability, is all I'm saying. And
I
we
don't
know they do.
know. This shit just started last week.
Ah,
yeah.
it's
Well,
This
not
shit-
the first time we've had to be worried about nuclear warfare from other countries. This is, what, the third time we've had to worry about it in recent history?
I don't think nobody warned us.
Huh?
Who warned us?
Warned us about what?
about hitting us with nukes.
Yeah.
Iran was
I
tripping.
think the second
they
that,
had them
because it was
things.
that facility that got shut down, had people talking for a long time, like, they could really hit us. They fired off a missile and it fell off the coast of Florida and blah, blah, blah. It was this close and all that other shit.
I think 'cause they
It's
tested.
very possible, though.
Yeah, but I'm saying they was testing. I don't think they was like, you motherfuckers do something.
I don't
bomb
put it
y'all.
past nobody. If you have the technology, I'm going to assume that one day you are going to try to use that shit on me. And if I don't assume that, then that's bad on my part.
And I
if
think
I'm not preparing my country for
and I think that's why this is I feel like this is a wrong chess move on Putin's part because again, I could be wrong. Our listeners out there, you guys can correct me. You guys can correct me also. I feel like when it's all said and done, there's going to be nobody in Putin. It's almost kind of giving me like a Hitler-esque almost at the way he's going.
Why?
Because you remember how like everybody was on Hitler's side, everybody was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying, this and that, to kill the Jews, this and that, whoop-de-whoop. It's kind of like giving me that type of vibe. And then once they start losing fun started being lost, everything. They start losing soldiers, all type of shit. This right here is, I feel like maybe a little higher playing field, I guess. And once they start seeing the ramifications of their actions, as far as like their money being slowed down, the Russian dollar being devalued and stuff like that. And again, bro, people they just thinking about Putin, bro. You gotta think of the powers that be. The powers that be is the oligarchs, bro. Once they pockets start feeling it, they're gonna be like, look, you need to pull out. And
How many people know what that means? Oligarchs.
I don't think a lot of people know
You
what
gotta
it means.
explain. Because not a lot of people know what that is.
She sound like some shit I say.
I think oligarchs are the people that run shit. They are the people that run shit. We can look it up. I can give you guys a
I was
better
about to say,
definition.
give them the people that run
Them a
shit, because
definition.
there's
They
one
like,
family
what?
in Saudi Arabia that runs a lot of shit, but nobody really knows.
We give people a better definition of what an oligarch is. So, Russian oligarchs are business oligarchs of the former Soviet Republic who rapidly accumulated wealth during the era of Russian privatization in the aftermath of the dissolution of the Soviet Union in the 1990s. I just shorten that up. Basically, again, they're the people that run the shit, and they are the people that put Putin where he's at.
That's what I'm saying. You don't think these was the people that was like, Putin, we finna do this shit,
Bro, they could, but I think
I think they know if what's for the effect
but
their pockets.
I'm telling you, fam. Like I really felt, and you guys can watch the Young Turks because they kind of low key said the same thing. I kind of felt like they felt that the United States were afraid of them and wouldn't impose all these sanctions on them, bro. And then once they're seeing the lives lost over there, so I think they're gonna come at Putin like, look, bro, you need to pull out. And I don't think it's gonna be like you in too deep now. Why would I pull out?
Yeah,
And-
so if we see him pop up dead one day, we know why.
Exactly. And shit. And I think it's gonna come down to, and then once that happens, once he's out the way, once he's removed, that gives the United States a chance to put their own person in there if Russia allows some crazy shit like that, because you're not gonna have this crazy madman dictator-esque type of person, you know what I'm saying, who you don't know if he gonna push the button on some nukes or whatever. United States come in like, y'all should put him in there. And then he becomes a puppet for the United States. That's why Russia and all these other places don't fuck with us now. Because Russia, they won't let us put our own person in there. Not somebody from the United States, but somebody that's from Russia that the United States can control. Like how we have everywhere else.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's like Russia and China ain't going for it. They're like, y'all not finna come here and put nobody with the same type of thought processes y'all have over there. We're gonna put our own up in there. But I feel like this is gonna backfire on them in a major way. And
As you talk, is the camera on you?
no.
Oh, goddamn.
And I feel like at the end, of the day, man, bro, Putin he's not. I don't think he's gonna survive this, bro. That's just my opinion.
Now, the scary thing to think about is what happens if he. The scary thing to think about is what happens if he does survive it. What happens if he gets everything that he's after? Then what does the world look like? That's what I want to know.
That's
It's a scary thought, ain't it?
it is. It's very scary.
Hold the fuck up.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm that. I don't know if I'm that afraid of Putin, or if I just think Putin is like more so. He's just not gonna let the United States just dictate to him how he should run his country. If the United States just stay out of shit, other countries wouldn't. We wouldn't even be tripping with nobody. That's the main thing. Like I kind of fuck with Putin, and I don't. And I say that because of what Putin said about the good brother Muammar Gaddafi. Putin and Muammar Gaddafi was good friends. And Putin came out and said, who gave the United States permission to do that? You know what I'm saying? That was a whole Hillary Clinton-driven thing where she turned Libya into a failed state. That was her whole thing. That was what she wanted to do. And he got up there at one of the, I think the G summits, G9 summits, G8, whatever that shit called. And he basically was like, nobody gave y'all permission to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't come talk to me about that. Because they already know if they would have came to Russia, you know what I'm saying, it was like, look, this is what we plan to do. Putin would have been like, no, that's the homie up over there. We ain't fuck with Muammar Gaddafi. That's my nigga. But I fuck with him on that end because, you know what I'm saying, he felt like what the United States did was wrong in that shit. And I agree with him. Now, you'll have some people with, you know, with the propaganda that we have over here, oh, you know, Muammar Gaddafi was killing his people, he was doing this. I thought that too. I did. I was one of them people that was like, man, we was in the garage and we was talking about it. And I was like, man, that brother up over there killing his own people, he doing this, he doing that. Come to find out, the real reason for them killing that brother, me and Dunn had told me, and then some of the other homies in the garage had told me at that time, was like, excuse me, the real reason, because I think the dude asked me, he was like, what do you think the reason why they killed him? I was like, because he was torturing his people and killing his people, and he was planning on attacking us, and, you know, they was like, no, it was because he wanted to make gold currency. That would have just fucked up the American dollar. We can't mine for gold over here. You know what I'm saying? They got resources over there in Africa. They can do that to the point to where that would have just put the United States and the other westernized countries is out of play. And then if you look deep, I challenge our listeners and I challenge Joy, because I know it's your first time on the show. It's two pieces of articles I want you to read on the New York Times. I want you to read Hillary Clinton, her whole involvement in that. It's a long piece written on the New York Times about how she just came out with the whole plan. And then if you look, there's a YouTube video of her when they was like, so how do you feel about the whole Libya and being a failed state and Muammar Gaddafi? And she was like, I showed it to Dunn. She was like, we came, we saw, he died. And then she started laughing and shit on some evil shit. And then I want you to look.
I've never seen that.
And then I want you to
Just
read.
like a woman.
And then I want you to read also on the New York Times about how back when Bill Clinton was president, how Muammar Gaddafi wanted to send, I think it was $2 billion, could have been more. He wanted to send, it was in the billions, I know that. He wanted to send, 1 billion, 2 billion, it might have been 1 billion, but he wanted to send that money to the good brother Louis Farrakhan, and what that money was going to do was going to help us as black people here in the United States. And Bill Clinton and the rest of them blocked it and they denied it.
I'll definitely have to watch it.
Muammar Gaddafi wanted to do that. Shout out to Muammar Gaddafi.
You know who that is? Do you know who that is?
Gaddafi?
Yeah.
Who?
You don't know who Gaddafi is?
What country?
Libya.
Look him up. She's seen him before. I know she had to. Just pull
You
up an
gotta see
image.
him. That was my nigga right there. Shout out Muammar Gaddafi.
I
Rest
gave
in
him
peace.
that name after that.
Who? What now?
I gave him that name.
What name?
Muammar Gaddafi.
That name?
El Gaddafi, yeah.
El
El Gaddafi.
Gaddafi.
Look at my nigga,
For
man.
him.
Look at my nigga right there.
You seen him?
No, I don't think I've ever seen him.
You
Look at my nigga right there, man. That was a good man.
Never seen him.
I was a good man right
Now
there.
I'm
Let's
gonna
clap
have
it
to
up for
research him,
Gaddafi.
too.
Man. I gotta clap it up for my brother, man.
Show some other images where he got like the little Africa. Look, he got the dashiki on and shit.
That was my nigga right there, man. You don't get no better than him right there, man. All right, hold on, let me see. Well,
I'm surprised you ain't never seen this guy.
Nah.
Look at him with Puno. That was his nigga. They was cool. They killed my nigga and shit. Look at my nigga looking like a low-key Mike and shit.
At the barge.
For real. That was a black man for you right there. You feel me? Come on, nigga.
Yeah, Libya.
He
You know
loved
Libya
it.
in Africa.
I do, but I've never seen that person.
That
Now
man-
I'm gonna have to research this person.
I'm gonna tell you this. You're gonna read a whole bunch of bullshit, but if you could decipher the bullshit and know that it's Western propaganda, you're gonna be like, this guy right here is the truth.
Yeah, he
The
was
dude
going to a
loved
lot of
it.
African countries.
He loved his
He
people.
was helping them out.
Okay,
He loved his people. I tell you that
Helping
much.
them out. A lot of
we
African
shall
countries.
see.
He loved his people. And and I love Barack Obama. Hey man, but this the one thing I disagree with the homie on. Barack Obama okayed that bullshit to happen. He okayed Hillary Clinton to go through her plan to kill Gaddafi.
Oh,
NATO, all that.
But
Peace and blessings to the
if I had like any advice for the good brother Putin, man, I'd be like, bro, I don't think 4 days later, I don't think he in too deep. I would just tell him to pull out, man. Pull out, save face. You done already lost a lot of your peoples. Your money is being fucked with by the United States. Pull out, and
I think he got something up his sleeve, man. I don't think these motherfuckers that not.
I think
That's
you
stupid.
had to plan for all of this shit that's happened in
playing
4
for this shit.
days.
They know what's going to go down.
okay, all right. Well,
I think they know.
I do got to run though, my good beautiful peoples.
How
I'll
long
get
you
my
been
nieces. 57 minutes.
All right. It's cool. Can we talk about one more thing? What time you got to leave?
I gotta leave now because I gotta go to my school.
Yeah, right now.
Yeah, then I gotta go meet. I gotta go pick two of them up.
Damn.
One from Kit Carson, one from Gilbert.
Well, we just had one topic for today. I guess that'll do.
But we gotta listen. I want everybody that's in our Instagram. Y'all need to convince Joy to come back and be a regular host on the show. So, because I don't think our conviction is good enough for her. So we need the people that's saying that's on our Instagram. I know what I'm saying. Please tell her come back on because she's a very intelligent black
Well, if you
woman.
don't talk into that
and
damn mic,
I wasn't saying
you
anything.
gonna say something.
I was not.
Yeah. We listen, we need more intelligent black women to voice their opinions on how they feel because you don't meet just a lot of women in general, that know about what's going on in the world and shit. So this is a simple fact that if we can have that addition on the show, it'd be amazing. So I got to get up out of here, but let's clap it up for Joy, please. Thank you, Joy, for
Thank you,
what I'm
Joy,
saying.
for coming through.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
for having me.
You know what I'm saying? So
Let me argue.
yeah, that's it. We going out. What you got to say, bro?
No, I was gonna say no. We was gonna go back out with the crit again. We gonna we gonna go out with the song you said last time.
Just for you. Just for
Let
you.
me go to that. We gonna vibe out to that before we leave. So hold on, let me get to it. This is a quick episode. It was nothing, but we gonna do our best. Just for you. Okay.
Yeah.
There we go. We outro. Oh, turn it down. We thank y'all for listening. The Intellectually Foolish. It's your good brother Wise Dunn. Who else?
E Gaddafi up in here, you feel me, man? Shout out all my Muslims out there, all my atheists. You know what I'm saying? I pray for y'all because y'all my brothers and sisters too. I love y'all, you feel me? I love everybody.
You got anything to say before you leave?
I have no serious outros either. I'm gonna have to come up with one. Y'all got cool names and intros and outros. I'm gonna have to come up with one. I got y'all next time, maybe.
Next time, hey, that's all right because we're gonna have the people in, that's gonna be commenting. They're gonna be like, girl, you need to go ahead. You need to go back to the Intellectually Foolish podcast and stuff. And come on now, we need y'all. We need us an intelligent black sister. So,
What was it?